What's up, good people? It's been a while, not really, but it's felt like it's been a while. It's been a few weeks. Um, we've had an interview, but this week I'm excited because people have wondered if I show love to special teams. Special teams is where special players exist, and Coach Trout was not going to let me exist without making sure I showed love to the kickers. And I definitely wanted to show love to the kickers. It was all about making sure that I got the kickers on at the right time. I was just trying to find the perfect time to make sure that I can get everything going. And lo and behold, tonight is the night. We are going to be talking to Coco's Marcus Trout, and we're going to be talking to Titusville's Dean Stewart. Dean Roberts. I'm sorry, Dean. Forgive me. We're going to be talking to them. They are two of the best kickers in not only Brevard County, but they're two of the best kickers in Central Florida. And so first, we're going to talk to Marcus. We're going to bring him up. It's going to be an in-depth conversation. Please make sure that you take the time to like and share and be interactive in this space as we have this conversation. So we're about to bring them up. Ooh, Marcus, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Man, I'm great. I'm glad you consented to coming on. I want to thank you for taking the time to come and holler at the good folks at PRMD and talk about the people, talk a little bit about talk about you. Let's tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
So I'm a class of 2025 kicker for Coco, and I'm ranked 65th in the country, and right. Yeah, I mean I have an offer from Western Carolina right now, trying to get more. But
okay. So let's talk about kicking. I know you've been kicking all your life, and you were a kicker at Cocoa High, and that's not a small feat. Like that's not small in any regard. And so let's talk about like what all goes into it in the moment when you're out there on the field and you're focused in and locked in, or like what's all going through your head at that moment?
Well, most of the time, I'm just focused on the uprights and the ball because that's the only two things I got to worry about, and that's my job. So I'm just thinking, how am I going to put this kick through the uprights? And I'm doing the same thing I do every time I practice and when I'm working on it on my own.
Okay. And so let's talk a little bit about like you said, you got one offer from Western Carolina, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, what does the recruitment? I know that the recruitment for kickers is a little bit different than all of the others. So what are schools coming when they come and talk to you? Like, what are they looking for from you?
So schools right now, they're looking for a lot of guys that can kick off and kick field goals, but also they're looking for like good athletes that they like because most kickers are going to be around the same skill level, and it's going to be hard to find someone that's way better than another one. So they're looking for good people and good athletes and people that work hard and leaders as well.
Okay. Hey, so before we continue, we got Dean, and Dean is ready to come on. We go, Dean, what's up, man?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
Man, we're glad to have you on. We were just talking a little bit to Marcus about how he focuses and how his recruitment has been going. Tell the people what grade you're in.
I'm a senior.
Okay. And have you been hearing from any schools yet?
A couple. So their Florida State they're kind of like off and on. They just offered a kid. But I got a call with them on tomorrow. FIU is kind of like they reached out to me just a little bit ago, and then Charleston Southern, and then Nicholls State is who I just recently reached out to. And
okay. So do you guys go to some of the same camps together?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been around each other since like our freshman year, and we've always been competing with each other too.
Or really, I like that. I'm kind of biased towards Dean because he goes to Titusville a little bit, but I like both of you guys, and I put both of you on the PRMD selection list. I put both of you on there, but the thing that happened when the graphic was being designed, the pictures at the bottom were too big to keep your names on there. But both of you made it, and your dad was trying to give me a hard time. Yeah. But I support it because I would do the same. So I'm never upset with how those things go. But I just make sure that I show love when I'm supposed to. But both of y'all have big games coming up this week. Marcus is going against Berkeley Prep, and Dean's going to be going against Egali. This will be the second time versus Egali, and the first one was 7-3. A lot of people talk about the block kick that led to the touchdown that ultimately led to Egali winning. But let's talk a little bit about that. How did you feel in that moment? Like, I asked Marcus how does he go through his progressions and things of that nature? Can you tell the people Dean, how you kind of handle your progression when you're out there on the field?
Oh, I mean, it comes into trust with like my holder and my snapper. I mean, I'm pretty confident in both of them because my brother is holding as well, and then my snapper. Okay. His thing. But I mean, that block kicked on O'Galley is a little difficult time with the line. They kind of just miss they kind of went right through the middle, and it kind of got blocked through the middle, and it was one of those where it happens, but we kind of just had to bounce back from it, and then we just made the other one.
And so is the team excited about this week's game? Against Egali, getting the second chance at him?
I think it's going to be a good game. There's a couple things could happen, but I feel like we could have a good special teams game. I think it could come down to a kick or two, but I think we can make it happen.
Last week we're in overtime, and I'm telling the people that if Dean got to do it, I like him to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And that was a big time kick by you in overtime. How did you feel in that moment?
I mean, I felt pretty confident. It was kind of like a little chip shot, but nothing to kind of just overlook because kicks can be missed from that short. And I had really good confidence in everybody out on the field, and I was like, I know I can make it. And so we just went out there and banged it.
And I saw the excitement in your face afterwards, and I was like, yes. Like, I don't know, man. I really get excited because I know where Titusville has come from, and just to like see us be successful at the things that we're doing now, it's always exciting to me. So I really do like supporting Titusville. But so Marcus and Dean, what is your longest field goal? Like, what both of you and historically, what is your longest field goal been?
Like in game or off stick?
In game, or in game, and what you can do just off outside of a game.
In game is 50 yards. I hit both junior and senior year. One junior against Palm Bay, and then senior year is against Satellite. But off sticks, I think it was like 63 or 64 or something like that. I had a little bit of wind in my back, but.
Yeah. What about you, Marcus?
Yeah, my longest in game was 40. That's my longest attempt ever too. But and my longest in practice off sticks was 62.
We actually didn't even get to talk about Berkeley Prep. How are you guys? You guys, like last week, y'all were running clock in Lake Placid, and that wasn't really a tough game for you all, but this game could potentially be tough. So how are you guys focusing in this week, preparing and making sure you're not overlooking that opponent?
Yeah, so we're actually we're watching a lot of film, and Coach Snyder and the coaching staff has done a great job bringing up the confidence and the motivation on the team because we don't want to take it as a Lake Placid team where we're just going to go in there and they kind of know they already lost that game. We want to take it as a
Right.
state championship game. So because this could be the biggest game of the playoffs, so we're all pretty ready to go and we're all pretty excited and pumped up to go.
Right. And what has I think both of y'all can answer this question. What has your Coach Holmes and Coach Snyder respectfully been? What has that message been over this week to make sure that we focus in for the games that you all have? Well, what has that message kind of been to your team this week?
Well, I mean, so Coach Holmes is one of those guys, and it's like we're gonna fight hard every single day of practice. We're gonna make practice harder than the games. And O'Galley is definitely one of those teams where we have to practice harder than what we've been. He just pushes everybody, so like every single mistake is a gasser. So it kind of just everybody has like a notch on their shoulder because we have to play the team that we lost to, and I don't think we should have.
Right. What about you, Trout? What has Coach?
So Snyder has done a really good job with like making us take every game like it's an IMG or a Miami Norland or a Venice. And he's been making sure that we don't just take it lightly and just kind of slack off. And we got to represent the Tigers and Coco as a whole team. So he's just been telling us that, this is a huge game. It's the playoffs. It doesn't matter. If we come in slow, then they're going to take off on us. And it's not just going to be a one-way game.
I definitely respect that and understand that. So for kickers, I'm kind of a novice when it comes to kickers. And what is a big moment for a kicker? Is it a game-winning field goal, or maybe is it like an extra point? What gets the blood flowing for kickers the most? What do you get excited about the most?
I would say that the biggest moment, at least for me, I don't know if it's the same for other kickers, but every time I step on the field, I'm super excited. I'm ready to go, because that's my opportunity to show everyone. I mean, all the eyes are on me, so I like that. So that's just what I like. I feel like that gets me amped up every time.
Yeah, kind of just got to treat every moment like it is a game-winning field goal. Just take the same process, but I like my favorite part of the games is the opening kickoff. It just feels nice out there.
Oh, okay. I like that, man. What are some things that you all like continuously, your weekly routines? Will you get prepared for the game? What are you doing for yourself personally as you prepare for the week, going through the game, getting ready to go through the game progressions?
So what I do is I do a lot of breaking down my kicks, and like I do take a lot of time in my warm up because I don't want to hurt my leg or kill my leg going into big weeks like this, and I don't want to take a lot of reps. So I do a lot of low reps and high focus, and that just kind of helps me break down what I'm doing wrong and making sure that I do everything the same.
Yeah. So for me is kind of I take a lot of things into the weight room because of my back. I like just getting stronger in the weight room, but also being careful and not taking every rep at 100 miles an hour because you just can't do that or else your leg's going to get wore out by game 5. And I think it definitely takes a toll on your leg whenever you're in 12 games in a season and maybe in more. And it's kind of everything is not about kicking 100 balls a day. It's just what you put into 25 balls a day.
And what would you say? Who's the most important relationship with? Is most important to have a relationship with your holder, or is it an equal balance between the holder and the snapper as well? Like which one do you deem more important, or are they equally as important?
I would say that it's definitely like a specialist group as a whole. Like you want to have good chemistry with your line, your snapper, and your holder. But most importantly is your holder because they know you more than anything. They know how you want the ball lean. They know where you want it. They know how you want it. They know everything about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would agree with that one too.
Oh, and so did y'all kick in little league football, or did y'all play? Did you have a soccer background? What was your upbringing?
Yeah, I played soccer all the way up till sophomore year, and then I was like, I think I can go to college for kicking, and then it just went on from there. And I was like, because playing soccer kind of messes up your kicking form, at least for me. And then so I was like, all right, I don't really want to play soccer anymore. I just want to focus on this.
Okay, and what about you?
Yeah, so I've been playing soccer since I was 4, but kicking has always been in my life because of my dad. And since he went to college for and stuff, he's always wanted me to do it. And he really tried to push me hard to do it my freshman year and just get me out there to see if I like it. So my first time kicking was my freshman year. Like seriously kicking was my freshman year. And then I really loved it and I just picked it up and I played my last season of soccer last year. So now I'm just full football.
Oh, and your brother is a kicker at FAMU, correct?
Yeah, my cousin, Gunner.
Oh, okay, your cousin.
Yeah.
And how's he enjoying that experience?
He's loving it. I mean, he always told me whenever he first started kicking with me, whenever he was a junior, I was a sophomore. He would always tell me that he was like, "Oh, this is what I want to do now," and he really picked it up quick and he loved it. And now he's doing great in college. So
That's good. That's good stuff, man. And I know that the Florida Classic is coming up this weekend, and that's one of the biggest games for FAMU. And so I'll be actually going to watch that game, and I'm excited to be able to see what your cousin does. So I'll be rooting for him. I don't know if I'm rooting for FAMU as a team, but I definitely will be rooting for rooting for all of our Brevard kids. Yeah, man. So. Ideally, if you could end up in college, what kind of what are you looking for? Are you open to anything, or is there something specific that you're looking for as it pertains to what school you want to go to?
So I would say a big thing with me picking my school is like I want to go to a school that truly wants me and shows they want me instead of just me. I don't want to go to a school that just wants me to come in as a PWO and like sit the bench my entire career. I want to go to a school that knows that they want me to play eventually and has trust in me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I would say if I like, because my main thing of going to school is anywhere that's going to give me money. And I feel like a lot of the D1 FCS programs are going to get me money instead of going to like, say, Florida, Georgia, all those FBS Power 4 programs. Because, I mean, with kickers, it's a little different. They're not going to, if you're like top of the top, they might give you some money. But anywhere that's going to give me a decent amount of money, and then I can actually have a chance in kicking my freshman or sophomore year.
So that's good stuff. But I was told that the ratings there's somewhere the ratings are a little bit different on how they rate you guys because both of y'all are like 4.5 stars on the rating scale of kickers. What does that actually go up to? That's that star rating for kickers. I know for every other athlete is 5, but I think y'all what does that one go up to for kickers?
It goes up to 5 mainly, but there has been because it's different weird. There's different like ranking like websites. Coles is probably the best one and it's the most popular. But there's been some guys that come out of high school and they're considered 6 stars, and they're like and that's the start as a freshman at an FBS school, but it's mainly usually ranked a 5-star at max.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I thank y'all for coming on. I thank y'all for taking the time to inform me about kicking. I've learned a lot tonight from you all, and I'll be rooting for both of you as you go on through the playoffs. I am excited to see what both of you are going to do. I definitely am rooting for Coco and Titusville. I know a lot of kids on both teams, and I expect great things from both of you as y'all go on in the future. Is there anybody that y'all want to, before we go, give a shout out to tonight? Maybe coach, players, teammates, or whatever, family members, anybody?
I know most importantly, we want to give a shout out. Me and Dean both want to give a shout out to Dylan Barnes. He's the best kicking coach in the area for sure. And he pretty much taught us everything we know. So You can hit him up anywhere. If you're a kicker watching this, if you want to learn how to kick, hit up Dylan Barnes on Twitter or Instagram. He'll help you out a lot.
Hey, shout out to Coach. But I do want to say this. Could y'all, before we go, could y'all give like a inspirational message to maybe some kids that aspire to be kickers and want to follow in you all's footsteps? What message would you give to those kids?
I would give them just it's gonna start off a little weird. You're not gonna be the best, but just kind of push through that. And if you find the right kicking coach and you just follow the right path, you will be elite if you follow the right path.
Yeah, I mean, another thing I would like to add in that is like you gotta be able to fight through stuff mentally and go through mental blocks and all that stuff. It's definitely gonna get hard, but if you push through that, you'll get a lot better and you'll be a lot better.
Okay. Thank y'all for that. So back to our shout outs. Is there anybody other than the kicking coach that y'all want to give a shout out to? I want to give a shout out to your dad because I want to thank him for putting the pressure on me to make sure that I spotlighted you guys. And it absolutely was not any ill will or anything. It was the timing of it all I'm so glad that it worked out this way. And that Dean stepped up majorly and won the game for the Ville last week, so that we could have a good conversation this week, because I knew I wanted to get you all on. But I'm so glad that you all took the time to come on, and I wish you all the best, and I'm gonna be rooting for y'all on Friday night.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for letting us come on here too.
Yeah, so thank y'all for coming on. I thank everyone for tuning in, and we want to thank everybody for coming in tonight for PRMD. Once again, that was Coco's Marcus Trout and Titusville's Dean Roberts. They are two of the best kickers in the county. Like I said, not only just two of the best kickers in the county, I would even argue that they're two of the best in Central Florida and two of the best in the state of Florida. So please be on the lookout for them. They're going to do great things in the future, and they'll always have support from PRMD, because not only are they good kids, but they were also selected to be on the PRMD all offensive team. I put both of them on there. We had some issues with our graphic, but they were both selected on the team because I really couldn't pick one. I wasn't going to pick one without picking the other, and so their accomplishments this year. But also, we want to make sure that before we go, we give a shout out to our sponsors. As always, All Around Extreme Handyman Services, LLC, owned and operated by Cedric Dreek Hawkins. And you can contact him at 321-501-0379. Please contact him for all your handyman needs and let him know that you heard about him from PRMD. Once again, we thank y'all for tuning in, and we thank Marcus and Dean for coming on tonight and being a part of tonight's interview. Thank you, and please make sure that you like, subscribe, and keep up with all things PRMD. Have a wonderful evening.